Andrew Carnegie was one of the richest men in the world. He owned multiple businesses, with his most profitable business being the Carnegie Steel Company. Later on in his life, it was sold to John Pierpont Morgan for $480 million so that Carnegie could focus on philanthropy. Today we will dive into how he achieved success in his lifetime, but first let's see where he came from. Andrew Carnegie was born in Scotland on November 25, 1835. He came from an impoverished household. His father was a home weaver during the industrialist age, forcing his family into poverty. When Andrew was 13 years old, his family sold their house to go to Pennsylvania, America to find better economic opportunities. Within a year of arriving in America, Andrew got a job working in a cotton mill transporting bobbins to its workers. He was able to read and write because Colonel James Anderson opened up his library to local working boys. At 14, he was hired as a messenger for a telegraph company and then was promoted as a telegraph operator. With that experience, he was hired at the Pennsylvania Railroad. He first became an entrepreneur when his boss Thomas A. Scoot recommended that he buy 10 shares of the Adams Express Company. Once again, his family sold their house to buy the shares, but money quickly started to multiply. Once he started to get money, he pursued multiple business opportunities, such as railroads, oil wells, and steamboats on the Great Lakes. After co-founding his first steel company near Pittsburgh around 1870, he started his most profitable business, Carnegie Steel Company, in 1892. He also bought his competitors, installed railroads to reduce transportation costs, and mined his own iron and steel to reduce manufacturing costs. He was basically the monopoly of steel. However, Andrew Carnegie would not be the steel baron forever. The day after he founded Carnegie Steel Company on July 1, 1892, there was a violent uproar among his workers because his manager, Henry Clay Frick, cut workers' wages and locked 3,800 workers out once they protested. Andrew Carnegie was on a vacation at the time and approved of Henry's actions. In the end, 12 people were killed by Pinkerton's detectives hired as security guards, and Henry called the National Guard to send in 8,500 workers to protect the business. Business began as usual a couple of days later, but with replacement workers. In 1901, Andrew Carnegie sold his business for $480 million, which made him one of the richest men in the world. Andrew Carnegie's work affected American society because of his production of steel and iron, which was instrumental in the time of industrialism to build railroads and structural beams. These railroads helped many entrepreneurs travel across America to establish business and make connections. We chose Andrew Carnegie for this movie because he inspired us in how it's possible to succeed regardless of background. While there are some business tactics that I wouldn't personally use, it is useful to identify business opportunities and to act quickly upon them, like what Andrew Carnegie did. Furthermore, if we could ask Carnegie one question, we would ask him if it was hard for him to take risks. It must have taken courage for him to risk his livelihood on investments he did for business. However, if he didn't make these decisions, he wouldn't have been as successful, and America would not be the same. The qualities that Andrew Carnegie possessed, according to Venture Entrepreneurial Expedition, are being comfortable with risk and practicing teamwork. Another characteristic with being an entrepreneur, not described in Everfi, is that he immediately jumps to every business opportunity. Many of the characteristics that I believe made Andrew Carnegie successful are included in the Everfi course. The only quality about Andrew Carnegie that I believed were missing was that he quickly identifies business opportunities in his area, and he does not hesitate whether to initiate new businesses. As a result of the qualities that he possesses, he was able to achieve the level of success that he accomplished and became one of the richest men in the world at the same time.